Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Kalimera. How is everyone doing? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another market update. Today is the 5th of August. We are already on the last month for the summer for us in the Northern Hemisphere. So let's put the music in the background. Today, it's not too hot today, so I'm happy about that. Today is only 29 degrees. Getting a bit cooler away from the 45s. But yeah, 29 is looking good. Maximum 35 today. So that is a 10-degree drop. That is chilly. We're cooling off. Right, okay. Let's see who's here. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Let's see who is who have joined us. Right, I see here Stelios is in the house. Kalimera, Stelio. I'm going to see all the messages one by one. I hope you're all doing fine. And also today, we have a little surprise. Who's here? Good morning, long time no see, sir. How are you? Easy, good morning. Mew Chili, good morning. Bassman, of course, good morning, sir. Hello, everyone. Stelios, it's a good afternoon for you, I know. How's the weather doing? You're going towards winter. Well, you are in the winter, to be honest. How's the weather down there? Kalimera. Right. Good morning, everyone. All right, let's get cracking. All right, okay, good. Let's have a look and see what is going on with Bitcoin. Right, guys, Bitcoin, it's been dropping for some time now, right? That was our area of interest. We were monitoring that range. Okay, that's supposed to be a range. So that's the range. Okay, and then we start dropping. We come back and kind of getting rejected from the bottom of the range, and we're still dropping. And I'm stuck now to that 50% that I need to pay attention. I have to pay very, very close attention to what's going to happen here, right? So 114 and 164. It's my 50% line between these two guys here. Okay, between these two G levels. Right, so always the 50% is a significant level. We know this in time, okay? So today we're going to focus on Bitcoin and see what intraday setup we're going to find today. So if I zoom in a little bit, let's see if we can get a focus box or focus area. So I assume, let me use a little bit higher time frame. Maybe I can mark these two guys here. So let's mark the bottom of that guy here and the top of that guy, and we can see that it's aggressively moving out of that area. Okay, here it is. It's attacking the 50% as we speak. So if someone wants to, let's say, do a short, be more than welcome to do so. Okay, if you want to wait and see how it's going to react in this region, you can do that as well, right? You can wait and see if you're going to get, let's say you're going to penetrate through the 50 and then get rejection, right? If that's going to happen, if that's going to be the case today, then that is a short. Okay, it's looking, we're already going down. Okay, technically we're already going down. This is a high rejection, a lower high. Okay, you broke that structure, it's out, it's coming down, giving you low lows. Okay, it's touching the G level, pushing up, get rejection and weakness, and it's dropping down. So today, perhaps we're looking for continuation to the downside. Okay, look at that, it's coming down. Let me do the path tool. It's coming down, right? Relief rally, get rejected in this area and coming down. And this is a question. This is a lot of people get this a little bit, tricky situation that they don't know if it's a continuation like this, or it's a reversal. Okay, it's one of those things that you need to be careful. Is it a continuation? Okay, so that was a relief rally and it's going to continue dropping, or is this going to be the place that is going to turn around and that was just a normal pullback and continuation to the upside? So a lot of people get, in this crossroads that they don't know what to do, right? Is it going to go up as a continuation, or is it going to continue to the downside? Look at that different shape, right? Look at that. You see a reversal, but other people see continuation. And for you not to be in that kind of a dilemma, this is where you have the conditions apply according to the G levels and say, hey, this is my target or my focus area. Come down. That is my support on the higher time frame. Let's see, 1 hour, so to say. Okay, bounce here, and then we have another engulfing candle here. So that is my area of interest, and I want to see how price action is reacting to this area. Okay, and then you can go to any time frame you want. You don't need to refine it, it's fine. Okay, and now you just need to see what's going to happen here, right? So technically you out of the range from the bottom. You don't know if it's a fake out. You are very close to a G level, so you need to be very, very careful. So either you're going to see something like this, right, or you're going to see something like this. Either way, you're going to wait the conditions to be met, and the conditions are breaking the G level, rejecting the area, start shorting, okay, or start bouncing, get up to our focus area and reversing, breaking structure. Okay, most likely it looks like it's going to continue to the downside. Okay, but I don't want to predict, I want to see the evidence. So here's your focus area today. Okay, and you want to see what Bitcoin is going to do. Are we going to bounce from the 50%, okay, which is the significant level? Is that, all this support here, is it going to be strong enough to hold the price and give it a go to continue to the upside? Look at that, support. So here's the question, are we going to have another support? Okay, or are we going to finally break it? Okay, so that uptrend is finalized and we're going for continuation to the downside. Okay, so that's your conditions. Okay, I'm watching the 15-minute and let's see how that goes. Butter Bubbly, Miss Butter Bubbly, good morning. Right, I hope everyone is doing well. Let me know down in the comments how you guys doing. Right, okay, so this is Bitcoin. Let's have a look a little bit on the larger long-term chart. This is a setup for the long term. Kind of the same story. That was our range, that was a focus point. If I go down to the daily, it will make more sense to you. There it is. Okay, so you see that we're hovering above the 50%, 115 on the bigger scale. Okay, now it's dropping and kind of getting rejection. All right, so if I double click here, you can see that the 7-day stochastic RSI still prints a very strong downtrend, right? Very strong downtrend. Let me go to the weekly so you can see it clearly. There it is, a very strong cross down, and the sentiment is looking that it wants to push lower. Remember, the stochastic RSI, it's a lagging indicator. Price action move first, but we see other things as well. Not only the cross downs, we're looking for the divergence, and we know already that on the 30-day we are on a divergence, right? Bearish divergence. The same thing with the 15 days. Okay, so already the 7-day, we have maybe we have right now it's happening. We see the play out of the bearish divergence on the 7-day. Okay, so we need to see what the price action is doing. I know that it got rejected 122, which it was my target initially. Okay, I did say in the past that maybe we're going to hit 122 and then maybe stop there. Okay, now we're having a rejection. It's coming down. We're losing the 50% between 109. Okay, we're losing the 50% between 109 and 122. That's the 50%. Okay, not a good sign. It's trying to go up again and it's getting rejected and dropping. Okay, so on the bigger scale, like the larger time frame here, we can see that Bitcoin is pushing to the upside, but since let's say mid-July, okay, we're getting rejected from 122 and start dropping lower. Now we need to be careful with 109. Okay, 109, we said it yesterday as well. This is like a rejection area as resistance. This is a resistance. Okay, so are we going to test once again 109? Is this time going to be a support? Let's see. Okay, let's see if 109 is going to be a major support. It has been resistance before, so let's see if we're going to get a support 109. Okay, we have the all the stochastic RSI, 7 days, 15 days, 30 days, 45, 60. These are the big babies. They're telling you a big story. Look at that, the 30 days is already dropping. We are inside a bearish divergence. For the 30 days, we said that we may experience, if I go to 30 days, okay, we may experience, okay, that it's going to come up and get rejected and give us a high, lower high, and a lower high. Okay, so still we are inside a bearish divergence for the 30 days, right? Right. So now it's getting out of the way. 15 days is getting ready. Okay, it's getting ready. You know, look at that. The fast line is going flat. The slow line is approaching. So let's see if the 15 days is going to give us, let's say next week or the week after. Let's see if we're going to get a cross down from the 15 days as well. Okay, nice. All right. Okay, so move away from the larger time frame, or move away from the long-term setups. Okay, let's go back to weekly. This is a weekly chart. This is a long term. So let's have a look on the CME gap. So yesterday, thank God that we filled that gap. Okay, you can see that we closed below on the daily. I'll always expect and wait for the close. Okay, not pass through, not weeks. I need to see body close. So we have a body close. So the CME gap officially has been mitigated. We see a little push to the upside, but today we see, you know, it's a purple one dropping down. No more. We don't have any gaps, no new CME gaps. The only one that we just created on Monday, on the weekend, so to say, right? We have the 117,435. Okay, so we're gonna wait and see if the price action in the future is gonna turn around. Okay, in the future, it's gonna turn around and take the CME gap, or it's going to go for the CME gap lower, which is 109. Once again, 109, look at that, 109, 140. We have a G level, right? Also, 109, 211, we got a CME gap. So here's the question. What, you know, Bitcoin's going to go after? Is it going to go after that CME gap? Is it going to go after the imbalance? Is it going to come down to 109? We're going to see. Right, we're going to see. Remember, markets move from liquidity to liquidity, and if there is imbalance in between, it's going to go after that as well. Remember the post-it note that you put on the wall next on your monitor? That's the one. Right, okay, let's keep going. Let's have a look on ETH, what ETH is doing. Yesterday I had an ETH open on the yesterday's US session and live trading. It was Bassman, myself, it was John, Easy, right? Everyone come and joined us. It was so cool. We had a good time. We had nice music, as always. I don't go without the music. So we had a long position for ETH, and then I was pushing my stop loss a little bit above my break entry, so I think I made a few bucks. Not the target that I wanted, but better than nothing, right? So we made just a little bit, you know, break even I think was around 8%. So it was around 8%. My target was 20 for the full size. Take out the profit, you know, the fees in and out. It gave us around 5%. The target was 20. Anyway, so it wanted to turn around. It's fine. Anyway, my stop loss was, it was a risk-free trade, so we got out with break even. We always do risk management here, right? Remember, risk management. So let's talk about ETH. Let's move that a little bit further away. 300. Let's do 350 or 320. Let's do 350. That's good. Right. So we've got another 50% G level here. Right. You see that it got rejected once. It comes down. It's pushing up, and then it's getting rejected. It's coming down. Point of interest, we have some few buy actions here, so that's why you see this abundant wick. But again, once again, you need to see in the bigger picture what it's doing, right? Zoom out, okay, use the larger picture, and that's what you have. Ethereum is doing much better than Bitcoin, right? You can see from the next chart that you can see that Ethereum is overrunning Bitcoin. Okay, look at that, major push since Sunday, and it's pushing and pushing and pushing past the G level. It got a little bit exhausted. It's coming down, and right now it's fighting with that G level. Okay, it's losing the G level. Not good news. But overall, okay, if I zoom out, let's go to 90 days. 90 minutes. Hello, give me the 90 minutes. Give me the 1 hour or 90 minutes. 90 minutes hard time. Okay, give me the 1 hour, it's fine. So so you can see that overall Ethereum, look at that, it's pushing. So it's like the phase of the Ethereum, right? So big range. We can see that we have a big range here. Trading is not well today. Trading is not walking with me. So here we go. So we have that huge range. Okay, so we almost at the top. We have to deal with 003 and see what's going to happen with Ethereum, right? But you can see that they're taking in turns. Okay, sometimes Bitcoin is overperforming Ethereum, and now you see that Ethereum is overperforming Bitcoin. But also we said that yesterday as well. If I bring like Bybit, for example, right, I bring the tokens up, you can see who's doing well according to the volume. Look who's been traded more on Bybit. Okay, 8.5 or 8.6 almost, right, billion on Ethereum, and 6.5 or 6.6 on Bitcoin. So there is more volume inside Ethereum. And look at that, the percentage on the last 24 hours. You can see that we have a minor drop on Bitcoin, minus 0.025. However, Ethereum is doing like 3% up. Okay, so it's a clear understanding that Ethereum is overperforming Bitcoin, right? So here we go. And I know that we've been tracing Ethereum for a very long time, all the way back down here. And let me see if I can get the 12 hours. Okay, so yeah, I mean the buy area was down here, so it was a good area that we traced it. Even here, it was a buy zone. You see that we had a big strong buy zone. It's pushing, it's doing quite well. Strong rejection on 3,871. Came back, bounced on the 50% between the 3,000 and 288. So it's bouncing, coming up, smaller rejection, lower high, and it's dropping down. So now you see, okay, on the bigger scale, that you're going up, coming down, and possibly this is a lower high, and we see an action to the downside. Now, if we hold that G level, we may get a continuation. You see the picture change. But if we're going to break that G level, then there's a higher possibility that we're going to continue to the downside. Okay, so don't get confused. That's why you have the G levels. You got level by level, right? Did we lose that 50%? Okay, it's looking bearish, right? Came down, go up, got rejected, and still pushing down. So for the time being, okay, never mind that Ethereum is overperforming Bitcoin. As intraday setup, as now, we see that we're losing G levels, right? We're losing G levels. So for the time being, I want you to monitor that kind of area here and see what ETH is gonna do inside that box. Okay, there you have it. Let me clean this a little bit. Let me make it a little bit more tight here. Okay, there we go. So that is your focus box for Ethereum today, and I want you to play the conditions. The condition is getting out, find support, breaking the 50% again, and moving to the upside. That is the one scenario. The other scenario is breaking out, getting rejection, and attacking the lower G level, and you want to see a continuation to go further down. So that's the focus box for you today on Ethereum, right? And this is the focus box for you on Bitcoin. Okay, I would like to see if Bitcoin wants to drop today. Okay, I would like to see losing that G level, getting a resistance, and continue to the downside. So what kind of setups we're gonna have today? So let's plan the setups. There it is. So if that goes higher, you need to get out from the box, and your validation point is gonna be exactly the opposite side of the box or your focus area. Okay, so if you break that box, you don't want to see yourself going back inside that box, right? So what is your risk? 0.11. Okay, so here's your calculator. 5% divided by 0.11. Okay, you got maximum oh, that's a good one. That is a good one. Maximum 45 leverage. Okay, on the Bitcoin. I'd rather not do 45, to be honest. I'll go a bit lower because it goes a little bit crazy. If you want to increase a little bit the risk, so to say hey, let's put the G level, you know, as a stop loss. Okay, as an invalidation, you increase a little bit the risk, and this time your calculator will give you a different story. 5 divided by 0.22. It's still good amount, 22. Okay, I'll feel more safer with 22 rather than 45. And also, don't forget, 45 you pay a lot of fees. Why do we need to pay that, that much fees? We don't need it. Okay, so 22, or is quite good. So this is my risk. Okay, 0.22. That will give me a 22x leverage. Okay, that's good. I don't want to risk more than 5%. If I go up 1.2, you understand that you get more than 20% profit. And the same setup is going to be for short. Okay, so let's say that you trigger your short after the G level, and your stop loss is going to be exactly above the focus box, right? And where is going to be the next target? The next target is going to be 1.4% away. What are the ratios? Anything above 3 to 1. So this is 5 and this is 6. So all good. Okay, so as a setup for one G level to another G level, we have the same amount of risk. So your leverage is going to be the same for short and long. So 22x leverage, full size, full wallet, you go in, and that are the conditions. Okay, breaking out, staying out, and continue to the upside, or we're going to break the G level, get rejected, and continue to the downside. That is your short option. So now let's prepare my my Bybit, so to say. Okay, and you do immediately straight away 22. I'm doing this as an example. I know this is the ETH chart, but I'm giving you the preparation process. So there it is. 22 is ready for long and short. You have your levels marked on TradingView. You've got full size, and you're waiting for the conditions to be met. Okay, so let's go on Bitcoin for this example. Okay, there's Bitcoin. Go down to 15 days, sorry, 15 minutes. And let me get the numbers from the TradingView. 114.64. Let me go back. 164. So that is the let's say the level that I'm going to pay attention. This is going to be my box, right? You can have it a bit wider in Bybit, okay? So there it is. That's your box and that's the conditions. Same thing always. Break that box, go higher, or break this G level and box and get out and go lower, okay? So for this instance, there it is, maximum full capital. Make sure you correct your leverage. 22, confirm, and you're ready, okay? And you're waiting which one is going to come first. Are we going to drop or are we going to go lower? Are we going to get a continuation, high, low, high, breaking all these lows, or are we going to find all these lovely support here holding, okay? Support, support, support. Are we going to get the support here, or are we going to get a violation and break it down? So it's waiting time for you on Bitcoin, okay? If you will want to trade Bitcoin, or you can trade Ethereum that has more volume today, and you're doing exactly the same approach, okay? You're going long on the box, next G level, okay? Invalidation on the other side of the box, okay? You don't want to break, the price, you don't want to break out the box. If it's breaking out the box, it's invalid, right? Ratio 4 is more than 3, and your risk is 0.5, okay? So 0.5, it means you can go 10x on this one, okay? So 10x on Ethereum with that kind of risk, okay? And then you can push to the upside. If you want to go lower, let's say a short setup will be breaking out of this box. The first G level that you want to pay attention is that one here. It's not going to give you a good ratio. It's not necessarily that you're going to stop that trade here immediately. You can carry on and go for the next G level, which is going to be a bit further, and then it's going to give you a better ratio, okay? But it's not about the ratios, guys. I'm just saying that anything above 3-1 is, supposed to be worth it, so to say. But remember, the ratios do change after you change the stop loss. So if you're doing risk management on the go, which means, you broke that G level and you're going lower, you're not going to keep that stop loss there, right? So that you're going to immediately change the stop loss to break even. So the ratio can dramatically change. So that's why I don't play a big fuss about ratios. It's good for you to plan and understand that that target is worth the risk that you're taking. It's 4 times the reward of the risk, so it's worth it, okay? But if you're close to another area, that doesn't mean you're not going to take that trade. You will going to take that trade, but your TP is not going to be here, right? This is going to be your checkpoint. I say, okay, I'm going to watch this area and let's see how it's going to react. If it's going to break, we're going to continue. If it's going to bounce and come back, okay, maybe it's not the right timing. Remember, it's always the timing has to be right with you. And these are the 2 big setups for Ethereum and Bitcoin for you, up and ready. So that if you're going to trade Ethereum, it's going to be roughly around 10x. If you're going on Bitcoin, it's going to be a 22x. Right, the numbers, the conditions. It's just waiting time and see what EU is going to do today and what later on the US is going to do. Right, okay, let's carry on. Let's have a look a little bit on XRP. Here's XRP. You see, we have the setups yesterday. Either it's going to go down or either it's going to go up. It never touched that 50% of the range. It turned around and it got inside the box. So that was invalid move, a fake out, and then you can see that it moved to the upside, right? Still did not touch the next G level, right? So what does it mean? It's kind of ranging, right? That's what that means. This is a 5-minute time frame. Don't be confused. What does it mean? It means that it goes down and then it goes up, it goes down. So we on the same area, okay? A little bit negative, a little bit positive, but we come back to square zero, okay? So XRP, you have to apply the same conditions. So let me clear the noise here. Take everything out. Off we go. And now you have, again, you're very close to a G level. So you have to approach it the same way. Okay, so either we're going to bounce and get out, or are we going to continue? Okay, continue to the downside. So your conditions are on the G level precisely. Okay, there's no strong focus area here for the time being. Okay, all I see is common grounds. I see that we have common grounds here, but yeah, if I drag it, you can see resistance, resistance, support, support. So it's a flip point. Okay, just above the G level. The same principle applies. Okay, so if I put this as a focus area, you need to make sure that you're holding support and then breaking that structure for you to go to the upside, or right, you're going to break this, get the rejection, and then breaking down. Now, if you want, I will try, but there's no strong focus area here on XRP, so it's not creating that kind of structure for you to have a focus area. Not a clear sign. So let me put this for now. Okay, let's put this drop here. We found support here. That's a kind of resistance, right? So I'm gonna keep that box area here nice and tight. It's very, very tight, and see how XRP is gonna react to this area. Okay, and then you wait for the conditions to play out. Either you're gonna see that it's gonna move to the upside, taking out the highs, and that support of $3 is gonna work as a support, or either we're gonna lose it. Okay, look at that abundant wick. We have a strong abundant wick. It's coming all the way down. Right, okay, so XRP today, zoom out a little bit, go to 3 hours for something like a larger time frame, and have a look and see what is happening. XRP is on the down, right? Look at that. Comes down, push up, getting rejected, it's coming down, broke that G level, trying to reclaim. Okay, so here's a question: are we going to hold $3, or are we going to continue to the downside? Okay, so you are in a downtrend. Okay, a relief rally on, it just happened. The question is going to be a reversal, or it's going to be a continuation to the downside? Well, that G level, if you monitor that G level, go back to 15 minutes. If you go to that G level, right, these two guys here, they're going to tell you the story. Okay, so either we're going to get a support, or either we're going to lose it and break it and go down. So this is your waiting area, so to say, for XRP as well. Okay, these two guys here, they're going to help you understand if you find like these two rejection areas to be flipped to a support. There's a small violation here, but I'm not going to make a big fuss about it now. I'm going to see it later. Give it a half an hour, right? Give it another half an hour and see how the EU market's going to respond. Now, EU, they don't trade Bitcoin, we know that. Okay, they trade currencies, and currencies affect Bitcoin indirectly. Okay, right, okay, so let's have a look on VIX. VIX is dropping. The past few days we've seen, the end of the month was, VIX was increasing. We knew that it was the end of the contracts, the end of the month, right? And now we already, the first week of the new month, VIX is kind of dropping. We're back into the green. That is looking fantastic. Okay, look at that. We are back in the green. So the lower it goes, less fear in the market. The higher it goes, more fear in the market. Look at that. You went inside the yellow. Yellow is like you need to be cautious, right? More fear is coming in, and that was towards the end of the month. Okay, and also the announcement of the tariffs as well, and Canada. You know the story. You know the news. Right, okay. Yesterday we had a little bit of fun with Pengu. Let's go to the 6 hours. What do you see with Pengu? Right, that was the conversation that we had yesterday with Bassman. Okay, so he's J-Rock. Sorry, I'm thinking about J-Rock, but I hope he's well. He's out for some family commitment. She's going to be with us shortly. So let's break this down as we did yesterday. We're going to use a template number 4. We're going to make it a bit thicker. Make sure that the bottom line is touching, to be honest. I want to make sure that it's accurate. So that is the lowest, that's the highest, that's correct. Okay, now I can expand it. And here are your major key areas. Okay, so you see that's the 100%, that's a 0. We broke the 25 and got a little bit rejected just before the 50. Right, before we hit the 50, we got rejected on the same up button wick over here. Right, so if I put in a button wick here, there it is. This is the area that we got rejected. Okay, and since then it's coming down, Pengu. All right, it's coming down on the daily. You're going to go down to 90 minutes. You see that it's clearly on the downtrend. Now if you want to break this down, you're more than welcome. Break this G level down to another 4 lines. There it is. Just make sure that you fix the numbers to be accurate. So 0051364, and the bottom has to be 027533. And once they are accurate, you can take the overlapping lines. We don't need double lines here, so nice and clean. Make sure you classify it as a breakdown, and there you have it, nice and strong. There it is. Make sure that you lock it so it doesn't go anywhere, it doesn't drift, all of them. And you know what, you don't have to worry about anything. And look at how that is got rejected on the 75. Okay, on the breakdown, it comes down, trying to reclaim the 50, got once again rejected on 75, support, rejection. So we have a flip of the 50, comes down, deviation, it fails to come up, okay, in this region, and then it's coming down. So if you want to find a focus area for Pengu, let me use 90 minutes. Let's see if I can find something. So I'll take the last impulse and create a focus area. There it is. That's your focus, that's your target. Go down to 15 and see, you know, what's going to happen. And the same conditions apply. Break these, get rejected, and continue to the downside, attacking the G level lower, or break these, find support, and attack the higher. So that's it for Pengu. Nice and easy, very quick, as clean as possible. Same conditions apply. Always have plan A, plan B. You don't know what the market's going to do. It's a random walk. Okay. I am not biased, so to say. I stay as unbiased as possible. I don't listen what the articles are going to say. Remember, the news out there may be a little bit old. You know, for you to get an article and for you to confirm, maybe that happened already. So the news can be like yesterday's news. Remain on the chart as long as possible. You can. This is the real-time information, and have plan A, plan B. Okay, you don't know which way the market's going to go. You just need a momentum. Okay, you just need a movement. If it's going to move very fast to the downside, grab a short. Okay, it's not a big deal. You're not married with any of these tokens. These tokens are not yours. It is not your project. You don't need to feel bad if it's going down. You're going to short it. Okay, if he wants to go higher, it has a momentum. Okay, because technically you can see here that we are ranging, right? We're doing nothing, so the price is static. So I don't want to be in the waiting area, okay, doing nothing. I don't want to be engaged to market, you know, have engaged my money, okay, your capital. You don't want to be engaged and be trapped going nowhere, because maybe you're going to find another token that is going to move and you don't have the funds, right? So don't be trapped to not moving tokens. So you see, this is a range, and you just need to find a breakout that has momentum. Now obviously, when it's going to first break out, you don't know if it's going to have a momentum. You don't know if it's going to be a fake out. So that's why your invalidation point is going to be in place. For this, you know, for this example, here's your trigger for going long, and that's your first TP, right? Your next TP is going to be over there, and as long that the market is moving, then you just keep on increasing your TPs. Okay, so your G levels are your checkpoints. So here's your first TP, and your invalidation point is going to be here outside of the box, right? So it's okay for you to get inside the box. You don't know for how long you're going to stay there. Maybe it wasn't the right timing, like this one, a fake out, another fake out, another fake out, another fake out. You don't know when, on which time it's going to have huge momentum. So you're going to trigger your chance and say, hey, I'm going in. Okay, I'm trying to catch the move as early as possible. I don't want to chase the pump. I want it to be in it as soon as possible. And if it goes, very well. But if I see the price breaking out on the other side, then it's exactly the opposite setup, right? So that's why it's your invalidation. So here's your trigger. Here's your invalidation for short. And the next target is going to be your next TP, right? And that is your setup, okay? That's your setup. What's the risk? The risk is quite wide, 5%, right? So super wide. You start that with 1x and see how it goes later, okay? If you want to decrease the risk for you to make it worth it, so to say, hey, come on, can I do something better? Yeah, you can do, right? So let's say that you want to go long, okay, and you put the invalidation on the 50% of the box. And the same thing you're going to do with short, okay? Here's your entry, and here's your invalidation. Both setups are going to have the same risk, okay? Why? Because you split it, your entry with the same box in half, okay? So there you have it. So you see are very, very similar, 2.4, 2.3, okay? So you see now, Pengu, it wants to get it out. There it is. So that can be full wallet, let's say 2x, okay? And when it's going to be risk-free, you can compound. You can add a leverage later, okay? Go back to Bitcoin. What Bitcoin is doing? Bitcoin, it tried to go on the other side of our focus box. Just look at that. It got rejected inside. Let me remove this so you can see it. There it is. You have a wick here, and you see that you get a rejection inside our focus box, and it's dropping, okay? So cheeky entry you can do. You can have a little cheeky entry, but make sure you babysit it, okay? Make sure that you have invalidation up here. You can have a cheeky entry here and trying to get it as soon as possible. Okay, that is about ETH. Let's have, oh, ETH is already breaking out the box, right? So ETH already triggering a short. Okay, ETH is already triggering a short. I'm going to pay a little bit of attention in this buffer zone, but short is already triggered. Okay. I just need to watch these guys here a little bit and see how they're going to support it. But anyway, I mean, the whole market is pushing to the downside. Right. Let's have a look a little bit on the cash flow. And slowly we're going to wrap it up. So here's the cash flow. Right. Yeah, I mean, we can see once again that Tether touched that trend line and it got rejected. Let's see if it's going to break it today. Dominance is dropping, is inside the box and slowly trying to claim. Look at that. Here it is. Support, rejection, comes down, trying to reclaim 50, trying to get out, come back, and it's getting rejection of the 50. So dominance maybe is going to go on the other side. So let's see if dominance is finally going to break this box and get out, or it's going to get rejected and fall down. T3 kind of, it wasn't an uptrend, and you see that kind of retracement, pulling back. The same thing with T1. Okay, let's have a look a little bit on the other guys as well. And that's a nice short. That's a nice short. ETH is going down, boys and girls. Let's have a look a little bit on total market cap without the stable coins. Yeah, I mean, we can see that it's kind of broken structure, so money is flowing out from the market space. Let's have a look on T3. Yeah, they're dropping out from the altcoins as well, so you see that the market cap of the tokens are dropping down. Even the others, okay, it's dropping down, so altcoins are dropping. Right, okay, let's have a look on gold. Gold is increasing. Okay, let's have a look a little bit on silver. Let me zoom out a little bit. Let's go to 90 minutes. I would like to zoom out a little bit. Okay, so silver is still in a range. Let's have a look on gold. Yeah, gold had a small retracement and now it's pushing. Okay, so that's why the market is going down. All right. What about oil? Oil is dropping, which is good. A little bit danger here. You can see that oil increased. We spoke about that the other day as well. So when you see oil breaking out from the 65 area, 64, 65 area and pushing to the upside, that is going to increase a little bit the, let's say the fear in the market. You know, if oil is going up, it means something's up, something's going on. Oil is dropping, that's good. Let's have a look a little bit on natural gas. Natural gas is not increasing, that's good. So there's nothing going on with Russia. Okay. Let's have a look a little on Dixie. Remember, don't forget about Dixie. Right, remember this, okay? If Dixie, on a bigger scale, right? If Dixie is going to start pushing to the upside, right? That is going to make Bitcoin drop even further, okay? So here's Dixie. The further it drops, okay, the further it drops, easier for Bitcoin to pump, okay? But when Dixie is reversing, this is where we're talking about the end of the bull market, okay? So if Dixie now, you see that Dixie went up, got rejected, came down, but found support on the next G level. So if that G level is going to support Dixie and start pushing, we're going to see Bitcoin dropping even further down. So we need to pay attention to these guys here, okay? I have these yellow lines. Let's see if it's going to hold it, okay? This one, we don't need it anymore. Let's clear the chart a little bit. Swing high, swing low, and we have another V point here. So 90 minutes. Today we have to pay a little bit attention on Dixie, what it's going to do in this region. Okay, we need to be a little bit cautious. If Dixie is find support here on the G level and start pushing to the upside, Bitcoin's going to drop. Okay, on the bigger scale, on the bigger picture, so to say, Dixie, let's say on a daily, is indicator to tell you when we have the beginning of the market, you know, movement, the sentiment, right? You can see that since the beginning of 2025, Dixie is dropping, okay? And let's have a look on Bitcoin. Let's go to the daily. You see Bitcoin is dropping, so another short for Bitcoin. So you have ETH shorting, and you have ETH and Bitcoin shorted. Okay, so let's go to 2025. So this is where the new year happened. So you see a little bit of push to the down, and then major push to the upside. Okay, so here's Dixie. Major push up down. It went down a little bit up, and then push to the downside. All right. So since January, Dixie is dropping, and you can see that since January, you know, we have a nice correction, and then Bitcoin was increasing. Okay, but if Dixie, this is the point of reversal. Okay, we need to be careful about here. If this is going to be the point of reversal, okay, and start moving to the upside, then we're going to see Bitcoin really continue to the downside. Okay, we got rejected 122. Now we got another rejection, clearly rejection 115, which is the 50% of that G levels, guys, and it's dropping. Okay, so today it looks like it's going to be a short day. Okay, right. Let's have a look a little bit on the other markets. Let's see. SPX, it had a major drop. Now it's trying to recover. There's a gap here, so they're going to fill that gap. Nasdaq, same thing. Let's see Europe. Europe, we see deviation out of the range that we have here, but got inside very, very quickly. Let's see. Germany is not looking good either. It dropped that level. It broke the structure. It's coming down. It broke the lows. Not looking good. UK is holding. Look at that. We've got that green line here. Not too bad. Japan, it got filled the imbalance, right, and trying to recover. Let's see. You know, they're holding above the mark of 39,447. And China, yeah, a little bit drop. We lost a little bit the structure here. So let's see what China's gonna do. Okay, so we got another hour and a half for Asia to close. So let's see what are they gonna do today and tomorrow. Are they gonna recover that line here, that structure? Okay, if I zoom out, we have a G levels here. Okay, so kind of, you know, rejected that G level, came back, reclaim and find support. So still, you know, China still in an uptrend, right? It's looking really, really strong. China is doing well. So yeah, that's it for today, folks. Yeah, it seems like it's going to be a short day today. Shorts in play. Look at that. It broke the G level. So you got your trigger, right? Comes down, invalidation, boom, it goes out and has a momentum and it's dropping. Okay, let's have a look on ETH. This is ETH Bitcoin, but yeah, it's the same story. Let me get on ETH here. Smaller time frame. Yeah, we're out of the focus point and we broke the G level. It's having a momentum. So if you got that short, well done, congratulations. Right, that's it. Any tokens that you guys want to talk about, let me know in the comments. I'll give a few seconds. Otherwise, I'm going to wrap it up. Here's the music on the standby. Any tokens that you want to chart? So far, so good. Very, very aggressive drop with a nice coil spring here. Let's see. Right, okay, good. I hope you catch some momentum. If it has momentum, if something's moving, let's make money. All right. Okay, agents, remember, always plan A, plan B. If it goes up, go long. If it goes down, go short. We broke out our focus box and we broke the G level as well. So let's see. I mean, I see a huge buy pressure here, but let's give it some time, okay? I don't want to rush. This is a 15-minute candle, a very strong wick, very strong buy, but is it going to recover that G level or is it going to continue to the downside? It's already coming down, okay? It's already coming down. Right, okay, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for another beautiful market update. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one.